going to start this reading right here, right now. I'm going to explain what happened and why there's one card on the deck, on the table. Whenever you're watching this, it can be for you. This is for all of you ancient souls out there, all signs. So just take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't for the next person. And if you would like a personal reading, one-on-one personal session with me, Akashic Records for past life healing, anything else, you can go to 144bluerosetemple.com or you can email me. All of that information's in the box below. Not me coming up to the table about a tarot reading, or a channel rather, from the ancestors, that you have an ancestor, or just in general, ancestors that are lower vibrational are getting kicked out of your energetic field. Not the Five of Cups in reverse. Not the Five of Cups in reverse as I come up to the table, and the Knight of Swords, okay? Confirmation, your ancestral team is actually going through a little bit of a clearing. So take a deep breath and connect with your inner source to see what parts of this reading may be for you. As always, it's going to be for all signs, for all of you ancient souls out there. So just take what resonates with you. But if you would like a personal reading, a one-on-one personal session with me, Akashic Records for past life healing, anything else, you can go to 144bluerosetemple.com or you can email me. All of the information's in the box below. Now, this is an actual thing and just confirmation that the ancestors want to channel this, as we do have the Fool card over here. So you're free. When it comes to the ancestors, we do have lower vibrational ancestors that just simply don't serve us. It could be, say, ancestors that are still stuck in old karmic ancestral patterning. It could be ancestors that are not even in alignment with where your soul purpose is. 777 as I say that, collective, okay? So just confirmation, 777, you have some ancestors that were not in alignment with your highest timeline and your highest purpose. Understanding ancestors do not vibrate, like you can have elevated ancestors, but ancestors do not always vibrate in a high vibration. They vibrate maybe in the time that they passed, the consciousness that they passed, etc. And so you have elevated ancestors. You do also have lower vibrational ancestors. 777, this lower vibrational ancestor is being cleared out over here. It does feel like you have an ancestor that had like a different agenda than you, and it was not in alignment with your highest timeline, your highest good. Ooh. For some of you, you prayed them out, okay? You have the Four of Swords over here with the Page of Swords. Your ancestral field and team is going through a clearing. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for all signs, for the ancient souls. Why do we have Four of Swords and the Page of Swords? Ooh. Okay. I see you, collective. High Priestess card over here. I see you. And then you have the Chariot card here. I always see the Chariot card as an alignment, right? With God's will, soul alignment, whatever resonates with you. Your own spirit team is cleansing and clearing itself, actually, is what I'm seeing here. We have the High Priestess by the end of this reading. Nothing and no one shall obstruct your soul destiny and what is meant for you, collective, even if it has to do with your own ancestral team. Why the Five of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Swords for this ancestral reading? You are destined for some sort of security, some sort of wealth. You're destined for it. And you could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, heavy on the Taurus energy. We also have Pisces over here too with the High Priestess and a whole lot of air energy. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You are actually meant for some sort of abundance, wealth. Now, for some of you, I'm hearing a family business, which is interesting, right, when it comes to the ancestors. If some of you have a family business or are wanting to open or start some sort of family business or family legacy, that is actually your highest truth. However, your ancestral team is going to go through a cleansing and a clearing because they're not in alignment with what God's will is actually. Ooh, not the ringing in the ear, collective. You have lower vibrational ancestors that are not in alignment with what God's will is for you. Now, this could be simply an ancestor that loves the ancestral ways. They love the old ways. The old ways have to be left behind. Three of Wands over here. You're turning your back. So you just have like a, and I don't want to say outdated ancestor, but it's not in alignment, right, with all of your intentions, even with your soul contracts. Look at that, Ace of Wands. Truth. It's not in alignment with your soul's truth. And you have a choice, Two of Wands. Collective, you ancient soul, you're about to receive a whole lot, okay? Ace of Wands, a whole new beginning. You have got the power over here. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It also says truth. Six of Coins, the Hangman. You have a choice to make. There's a shift in perspective over here. I do see you receiving a lot. I see you receiving what is meant for your soul purpose, your soul mission, your soul path. But there's a shift in perspective when it comes to that, as there is some sort of choice when it comes to the ancestors. Why the Two of Wands for the ancestors? Yeah, balance. There's some sort of balance that's coming in over here. And this balance is actually what realigns you with God's will, highest timeline and purpose, whatever that means for you. Now, what you do need to know is you are meant for success. You are meant for wealth. This is one of the first tarot readings. I'm not even getting into the oracle cards over here. Just coming straight out. All right, there's balance happening over here. But it has to do with your ancestral team. Why the Two of Coins here? Yeah, I do see that you are meant for peace. You are meant for a very soft life. You are meant for abundance. And I do see a lot of success that surrounds you. Now, for those of you who are working with the ancestors or even praying for your ancestors' support, this ancestor or these ancestors that have been kind of going against your, it's like you're praying for something, and to be quite honest with you, collective, this ancestor or these ancestors, they kind of work against your intentions, and that's why there's a big clearing. All right, you could always only call upon your elevated ancestors, and you do have that free will. So I'll just say, for example, say if I am praying to my ancestors, I say only loving and benevolent ancestors. So I'm only praying to my loving and benevolent ancestors. You know, you could say I only pray to my, elevated ancestors, whatever resonates with you. Now, this particular ancestor with the Four of Cups over here, it's keeping you in a lower timeline. Like you're actually meant for higher and for more. It's almost like your own ancestor. Confirmation, the Strength card over here. Yeah, for some of you, unfortunately, and unfortunately the Truth card, Ace of Swords. You do have to clear out this ancestor or these ancestors. Remembering that when it comes to ancestors, they are not all elevated. Some of them passed away with with 3 Heinekens still in their mouth, okay? And I actually said that example to someone the other day. I'm like, sometimes ancestors passed away with a Heineken in their mouth. Not that it's bad, but we have the Strength card over here. This is an ancestor that has kind of turned on you in a sense, because you're actually elevating your ancestral team, but it's getting to the point where either this or multiple ancestors are being cleared out. Either they have to rise with you, or I do see that you're not going to be working with particular ancestors anymore with the Strength card here. Why the Strength card when it comes to the Four of Cups for this ancestor? Yeah, this ancestor, look at this, collective. And this is true when it comes to the ancestors. So always pray to your loving, benevolent ancestors, or pray to your elevated ancestors. The other ancestors, they come in when, they need to. But, when you're trying to manifest, when you're trying to co-create, when you're trying to rise, sometimes it is the ancestors that are kind of weighing you down. As again, some of them are still operating from almost like a human consciousness, even though they're an ancestor. All right, so you are meant for this. 10 of Pentacles. Your ancestor is trying to lead you to a 3 of Swords. All right? And that could simply mean that you have an ancestor, again, they passed with like 3 Heinekens in their mouth and they're not ready to rise. And the fact that you are elevating so much, collective, you're actually forcing your ancestral team to rise too. But it gives both you and them the option, listen, either you're rising with me to the top or I have to release you. Why the Judgment card when it comes to the ancestors? Why the Judgment card? Why the 9 of Swords when it comes to the ancestors? Why the 9 of Swords when it comes to the ancestors? Okay. Yeah, when it comes to your ancestors, collective, remember, the ancestors don't have power over you. They are supportive. They're strong, but they don't have power over you. What I do see is you coming back into alignment with your sacred service. New age of Aquarius with the Star card over here. Hope, faith, peace, trust. You're meant to live this life. You have an ancestor that's wanting you to work harder than you actually have to work. You have an ancestor that is not supporting you in your highest timeline. Now, why the Emperor with the Queen of Wands here? Now, for some of you may call someone Papa, because I'm hearing the word Papa. We have the Emperor, the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could have to do with your paternal lineage as well, but it doesn't need to. We do have the Emperor, which is the father. But an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe ancestor, just an ancestor. There's a lot of fire, very strong. Like I'm seeing the colors red and orange may resonate with you. Either these ancestors, and confirmation here, 8 of Coins with the 6 of Swords, either they work with you for you to move forward into calmer waters, or they have to go and they will be banished. They will be released from your energetic field. All right, some of you have ancestors that, were in war, were in perhaps poverty, etc. And these ancestors may not be ready for the consciousness that you're at, but they better get ready. That's what I'm seeing over here, where it's actually a spiritual court of your own ancestors, because they're working kind of against you. And this does happen, collective. All right, now why the Star card over here? Collective. Be mindful that it's not always somebody else. Sometimes it's your own ancestors. You're meant for wealth. You're meant to be of sacred service. You're meant to have actually a soft and a peaceful life. You have an ancestor that wants you to work way harder than God's will has intended for you too. All right, you will be the richest and wealthiest ancestor in your lineage, whatever that may mean for you. It could simply mean pentacles. It could mean wisdom. It could mean joy and love. But your own ancestral team is kind of creating some chaos here because you've risen higher. And what you need to know is, number one, you're elevating your entire lineage. You will be the new ancestor. You are the new ancestor. And you will be an elevated ancestor for your lineage. Yeah, and it's higher than even your ancestors can see. Now, what is the advice for this reading for the collective? What is the advice? You're cutting it out. No. You have ancestors that are in this energy of 5 of Coins, which is poverty, negative changes, lack, etc. Like say you have an ancestor that has a strong belief of like, no, you should live a simple life, and the simple life is the only way to live, and if not, then whatever. 144 as I say that. That's not your highest truth. We get it, a simple life. But it also does not mean that you don't have to enjoy the human experience. You're human. You're here to enjoy it. You're here to partake in pleasure and to partake in human experiences. Enjoy. It's okay to have some material things. It's okay to have beautiful experiences. You've risen above the consciousness of some of your ancestors or a particular ancestor. And now there's divided loyalties, Two of Swords. And so these ancestors are actually kind of being kept away from you because there are divided loyalties here. And honestly, it has to do with God's will. It's in your soul destiny. You are meant to have some sort of independent wealth, whatever that may be. Nine of Pentacles is enough. It's safe. It's secure. You will feel very safe and secure when it comes to your abundance in this lifetime. You will have everything it is that you need and more. You will also be of sacred service. But you're meant to live a calm, peaceful life. Whatever that may look like for you doesn't mean perfect. And this ancestor, these ancestors, now they're getting cut out over here. Why the Two of Swords for the ancestors, for the collective? This is a different kind of reading. You're being protected from your own ancestors. You have so much good things coming in. So if any of you are also going through a clearing, it's because some abundance is coming in, things that are in alignment with your soul purpose and mission. And for some of you, a person. Why the Lovers card here? Collective. Your own ancestors are actually keeping you from your highest timeline. And it's not your entire ancestral team. So it may be just a few ancestors that are lower vibrational. It may also be just one ancestor that's just like, no, we can't change the ancestral imprint. Yes, we can. And it's actually good for you too if we do. Get those Heinekens out of your mouth. I don't know. Like, do any of you maybe have an ancestor that used to drink a lot of Heineken or something? I haven't seen Heineken in the longest. But that's what I keep seeing is like an ancestor that is kind of meddling and being tricky. But they're, so it actually will benefit that ancestor too. So you're going to release them. You're going to alchemize, transmute them. Collective. As soon as you release this ancestor, as soon as you go through this ancestral clearing, not only is there abundance coming in, you're meant for love and marriage. Like your highest timeline is actually right around the corner. Your highest timeline is already here. Your ancestor or some lower vibrational ancestors, they need to be cleared. Nine of Wands, keep going. Because you're actually right around the corner from not only some sort of upgrade in wealth and prosperity and abundance. Some of you are going to meet a lover. And this is like a kingdom spouse lover. All right, so you're actually breaking generational curses. You are a generational curse breaker. Justice over here. This is ancestral spiritual court collective. And yes, it's actually your own lineage. It's your own ancestors. But nothing and no one can stop God's will. And so there's a spiritual ancestral court for everything and all that is in alignment with your soul purpose and your soul mission to come in for you. Because it's actually right around the corner. And this ancestral clearing happens before all of the good stuff comes in. You're about to have a huge timeline jump. And that's why these ancestors are actually kind of acting up. Because they know that your life is about to change. Change for the good too and for the better. And it's for the betterment of the ancestral team too. So they'll be fine. But that's what I have for you, collective. I hope that it resonates. Not only do I see, again, an upgrade in abundance, I do see a lover. And for some of you, a kingdom spouse. What is the advice for this reading? Temperance. Yeah, Empress card. Collective, you are meant for a softer life. You are meant for sacred service and abundance and love and joy. And so you're going through a clearing before that happens. Temperance card, balance, peace, patience, moderation, relationships. All right, bottom of the deck over here, we do have the Empress. Be open to receiving at this time because you are about to. All right, for the ancient souls, when it comes to these lower vibrational ancestors, what do we have? Collective. A blossoming abundance, third eye. This ancestor was trying to throw tricks into your life. Confirmation. Was trying to throw tricks into your life and distort the third eye that, no, there's a lot of beautiful things coming in for you. Love and abundance, all the Venusian energy. What else do we have for the collective for this reading on these lower vibrational ancestors? This reading keeps confirming a collective energetic field adjustment. Okay, you're going through an adjustment when it comes to your ancestral team. Letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge. Yeah, there's elevated ancestors as well as even higher than the ancestors that are working with you and protecting you at this time. You're definitely going through a lower vibrational ancestral clearing. And I also wanted to share that because not everyone knows that. And it is true, you know, where there are lower vibrational ancestors that actually kind of throw tricks, and you can release them. You know, they actually kind of don't help when it comes to you healing your generational curses and rising to your highest timeline. What else do we have for the ancestors? Yeah, phases and cycles. You're closing it out. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. But we do have Diana, focused intention. Focus on your highest truth. Think about what you desire, or what has been, what's in alignment with your soul purpose. Expect the best possible outcome. Set your sights high. Now, whether you're manifesting or you just already know, what your soul purpose is, your soul mission, see only that, and anything else is not of your highest truth. Bottom of the deck, you are safe. Archangel Michael here. Allow a miracle to occur. I'm going to grab a few more cards, or just a few more cards for the collective. The Angel Gate, cleansing, protection, and blessing right before you take a leap. All right. Some of you could benefit from some sort of cleansing. What are some final messages for the collective? Here's some final messages. Cycle closed when it comes to some sort of ancestral cycle. Cycle closed. And wealth surrounds you. All right. Confirmations. Cycle closed. You have an ancestor that was evil-eyeing your own success. You have an ancestor that was evil-eyeing the wealth coming in. And to be quite honest with you, that happens. I've seen it. Other people have seen it. So it does happen. So again, you can, to avoid this, call upon your elevated ancestors or call upon your loving and benevolent ancestors, whatever resonates with you. As you clear this, there is a sudden shift. Heru or Horus also represents divine awakening, divine perception. So it does feel like there's a third eye clearing here so that you could see your highest truth, not this ancestor with the 3 Heinekens in their mouth. And you are birthing something new over here with the Heru Horus energy. There's going to be a sudden shift, okay? So that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. And I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.